This is the poem I wrote. It's called The Fear of Ghosts. 2 by Victoria, Part 1. Well, so the ghost team decided to investigate the abandoned farmhouse. The farmhouse was built in 1762 by a lovely couple named Elizabeth and Solomon Blues. They had 8 kids, but unfortunately, some of them had to pass away. Some of them were born into an illness that causes their brains and muscles to rot until death. All 4 of them died because of their brains and muscles and caused their heart to stop. When an autopsy looked and worked on their bodies, the autopsy woman told the mom and dad that what caused them to die unexpectedly was their brains and muscles caused their heart to stop. The autopsy woman apologized and felt bad. So she gave their sympathy, condolences, gifts such as a medium-sized boxes along with poems, small musical boxes, and a little angels. It was very heartwarming that she gave them those things. All of the family of the children went to the funeral. Several years went by and sold the farmhouse to the local family of the Spouts, who owns the farmhouse and fixed it. They sold it many, many years later when the wife became the widower of the year of 1830s. Daisy sold the farmhouse $150 to the Williams. The Williams moved into the old farmhouse the year of 1835 to 1920s. The next generation, Williams owned the farmhouse. Still to this day, the Williams owns the old haunted farmhouse and use it for a restaurant on the 4th floor. However, the 2 last generations was cursed. Some of their kids died due to tragic accidents. One of the sons, when he was 17 years old, died of a car accident on his way back home with his girlfriend. The year of 1931, they held a funeral at Church Chapel on Thursday, May 20th, 1931 at 8:30 a.m. to be continued. Part 2 of The Fear of Ghosts by Victoria, Part 2. A young girl at age 14 years old drowned at a lake on the afternoon at 3:50 p.m. on the year of 1961. She was at the very end of the front of the lake. She swam too far in the deep and where it has the orange plastic balls on the far side where the boats were, and when she was with her friends. They tried to save her, but they were already too late. Her body was inside of the lake, where they can't see the dark blue spot of the lake. All of her family and friends went to her funeral on Saturday, June 1961 at 10 o'clock a.m. The funeral was held at the same place, the church chapel. These two teenagers are buried at some cemetery on the hill. The same family. The boy who was the son of the Net and the son of the Stacy. The young girl who died of drowning was the daughter of Walter. And Glade Williams, the church chapel, however, is not haunted on the inside or the outside of the building. Not ever. The cemetery, but when the boy, his girlfriend, and the teenage girl's spirit is still active. I mean, the boy's spirit and the girl's spirits are. For the boy and his girlfriend haunts the hospital where they last visited in the old farmhouse. It is now a restaurant on the first floor. The ghost team had captured walking noises upstairs. The teenage boy said he misses his girlfriend, and the girlfriend had a cold brushed against Simon's body. The ghost investigator. Simon got freaked out and left the first floor. Chandler, the ghost investigator, was on the hallway, saw the first shadow. That's the first owner of the farmhouse. Saw the shadow. Simon, the one who went downstairs, heard the bird kids playing and the kids laughing. As the ghost investigators were still investigating, their cameras died. A few hours later, until dawn, the team decided to leave because they got their work done. There's some more poems I'm gonna do. This one's called The Two Monsters by Victoria. The two monsters were blobs. They weren't scary at all to me. But why were the people scared of them when they ran away out of the movie theaters? The two monsters are the blobs that go around and keep spreading around like the fields are, like the fields on fire. Deep Darkness by Victoria. All of a sudden, when the elevator stopped, total deep darkness started to take over. As for me, myself, and I, there was no way out, nor help was on the way. It was so dark, all you see is pitch black, deep darkness. When the elevator stopped for a few moments, for 30 minutes, rescue was finally on the way. And this is another poem I'm doing. Fell for a Vampire by Victoria. Let me rephrase that. Fell for a Vampire by Victoria. Nothing in this world couldn't stop me or even try to come between this vampire and I. I feel for a vampire very deeply each day. I feel more in love with him. My heart couldn't stop. My heart beats faster and faster whenever he comes around. I can't even get him out of my mind. It seems whenever he's around, he's thirsty for love. He yearns for comfort. He yearns for affection. He definitely yearns for a kiss. apparently that is all the poems I have, fortunately. And there will be more called Creepy Witches 2 Part 1 by Victoria. And Creepy Witches 2 Part 2 by Victoria. And Creepy Witches. And that is it. But unfortunately, I'll have more. Should be done writing this. I'm almost done writing this. All of it. Fear of Ghosts. Got that done. Thank God. So that is it. But unfortunately, there will be more on the way called Creepy Witches Part 1, Creepy Witches Part 2. And thank you for listening to my poems and stuff. And when I'm done, I'll be recording that.